October 31st, 2008. A night I wish with all my might that I could reverse. The horrible events described in this are not for the faint of heart, and I do warn you that once you read this, it'll come for you next. But to understand what I'm talking about, let me rewind 2 weeks prior to the incident. It was a normal day out, and my friends and I were sitting outside of the gas station just screwing around. Except for Paul. He was really quiet. He had been that way since we dared him to go into the haunted forest. At the time, we just saw it as a harmless prank and didn't believe in such things. We were wrong. He stood up, motioned his girlfriend Lacey over to the side to talk to her. We couldn't make out what he was saying, but we heard her cry and run off. When I asked him about it, he just shook his head. I ran up to her expecting a breakup or something, but she told me that he had said nothing, which was the problem. Since we had dared him to go in the forest, it was like the life had been drained out of him. She was worried that he would try to kill himself. I could see the fear spreading through her eyes. Stay with him tonight. That's probably what he needs. So I dropped him off at his house. His parents were gone for the weekend and his brother recently moved out, so they had time to be alone. I said my goodbyes and drove off, leaving as much time as I could to themselves. He just needed some stress relief, I reassured myself, but I left my phone on just in case something happened. Later that night, I dozed off on my couch watching some weird old TV show when my phone rang. Trying to reach for it blindly, I flipped it open to see who it was. It was Lacey's number. Why on earth would she call me going on 1:30 in the morning? I was a little nervous as I answered it. Hello? I asked, trembling. I understand now. To understand, you must go in the forest, she said in a very low, monotonous voice. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Come back to the house and look in the attic. Your question will be answered. And then there was silence. I dropped my phone and rushed to his house. I got to his room and the sight shocked me. Not only was his frozen, decomposing corpse laying in the corner, Lacey's body lay on the bed. It looked like she had been slashed down the chest by an animal, though there were no prints to suggest such a thing. Not only that, but only taken me 5 minutes to get to her. The coldness of her body hinted that this had happened not long after I dropped them off. There was a note on the floor, scrawled in blood. You must join us. Come to the forest. All will be revealed. At that point, I couldn't take any more and I fled. I didn't sleep that night, and the next morning I had school. I got there and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Paul and Lacey were standing on the edge of the school grounds. Just standing there, looking pale and almost dead. It looked like they were coming closer. When they got not too far away from me, I noticed something odd. Their eyes were black, and it seemed like if you stared at them too long, you'd fall forever. I ran, and I've been staying at this little motel inn ever since. I've seen on the news that the bodies were found since the incident, but no apparent cause of death was stated. The only thing they came up with is that something happened to Paul, and Lacey stayed with him and died from the same thing that killed him. My other two friends in the group, Sarah and Sam, were found yesterday in the forest. Sarah was torn limb from limb, and the only thing they found of Sam was his blood-stained backpack. They said it was a wolf attack. I know better. I can feel the essence coming for me now. We all heard the legends of the spirits that dwelled in that forest, but we never believed them. It seems as since we sent Paul in there, we disturbed the hollow space that had laid untouched for centuries. As I write this, I can feel the icy stare of something watching me, observing my every move. I feel it coming for me. I just thought I'd warn you. If you ever get the same signals, leave before it finds you.